Hi! I have tried to film this video multiple times and every time I've not been happy with it. So I'm just gonna dive in. Last time I talked to you was in November and I was showing you all the stuff that I had been making, and I had some exciting things planned for December. So we're gonna talk about what happened in December. What happened? Everything seemed to come crashing down in December. I was supposed to have my first proper market experience in December and I was really excited for it. Yeah, I was excited and stressed and working really hard on it. I was also working hard at my actual job because it was December and things were ramping up. My market was supposed to be on the 3rd to the 5th of December. I have 2 locations. One is a permanent location and then they also run the Christmas market. If I were to go again, I would want to go to the permanent location. That is in the old Topshop shop. Where Topshop used to be in the Bonnecourt Centre is now Curated Aberdeen, like almost permanently. The second thing that they do is run the Aberdeen Christmas market, like the actual market stalls. So I was super buzzed, super excited to have the opportunity to go there. It's more expensive to go to that one than it is to go to the permanent one, because at the permanent one you just need to get a table. At the Christmas market they give you an actual like little cabin, which is adorable and I loved it, but we'll talk more about that in a second. I paid a deposit of £150 to get a space at the stall. I hadn't heard back from them, but I popped off an email to the guy running it and he was like, oh, we had someone cancel for the weekend that you applied for, so we were going to contact you today. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm in. So I got in, really exciting. So I was getting prepared for it all, and the idea was that we would go in and set up on the Thursday, and we would turn up early on the Friday morning, do our last kind of setup, and then we would open the market on Friday afternoon. And it would run from Friday afternoon till 7 p.m. on Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and that would be really great because it was the first weekend of December. A lot of people were going to be coming to the Christmas market. So that was good, that was exciting. We had a really horrible storm the weekend before my market was supposed to be. So the last weekend of November. Really horrible storm, like decimated a bunch of forests and stuff. Destroyed a couple of people's houses, terrifying. The side context. This massive storm has just happened, right? The weekend before, they had to shut off part of the market and they also had to build up a bunch of the stalls again that had been damaged during that storm on the weekend before I was supposed to be there, right? And I get an email on the Wednesday night saying, we can't do setup tomorrow, the council is still cleaning up from the storm last weekend. So what we'll do instead is we'll just do a full setup on Friday morning, right? So Thursday rolls round, I'm just making stuff, just blasting it out. Friday rolls round and I pack everything up, everything that I think I need, pack it all up, and I head down to Marshall College. The market itself was in the quad. So I get there, I'm shown to my cabin, and there's immediately something not great happening. The way that they rebuilt the cabins, all of the ones that are next to each other, like directly next to each other, had maybe a foot difference between them, were supposed to have back doors so that you could enter them from the back with ease. But what they had done instead, when the council rebuilt all the cabins, was that they pushed a bunch of them together with side doors. So I had about a foot of space of a side door to get in, so I had to like squeeze myself in and out of my cabin, and then had to like bring stuff in through the window so that I could get in there. When I got into the cabin, there was also a ton of just like huge shards of smashed glass and then a bunch of small pieces as well, which I was really annoyed about, of course, because like I sell textile-based things, I don't want glass to be mixed up in that, that's horrible. So I had to find someone to come in and clean it up because that's not my problem and it shouldn't have been there. Maybe it was just a broken product from the last people that had been renting out the cabin. That is really bad etiquette. Whoever was in my cabin the week before me needs to sort out their priorities, like Jesus. I was really annoyed about that. It wasn't the organizer's fault. I am choosing to blame the nameless people that were there before me. Anyway, got everything set up. part of the market actually had to stay shut because it was apparently too dangerous, right? Because during the storm, one of the parapets, spires of Marshall College had fallen into the quad where the market was. So they were like, we're gonna close off that area closest to it, and we're just gonna tell everyone that that's what's happened. They didn't tell us, which was fun. Everything gets opened and it's really great. Super great. There's a good, a steady amount of people for a Friday afternoon, steady amount of people coming through, having a look. I'm chatting away to people, I'm selling people things. I made £100 in an hour. That was great. And my friend Dana came down. Hey Dana. My mum and dad came down, and I know dad's watching this. Hello. So that was really nice just to have a few familiar faces. And it also meant that my mum, who is also my mum's really small, so she was able to get into the stall through the side door, which meant that she could look after it for 5 minutes while I went to go pee. So I run to the bathroom, me and Dana go to the bathroom, and in the 5 minutes that I'm not at my stall, the council has decided that it's too dangerous for anyone to be in the quad at all without hard hats. So they basically got us to leave as quickly as possible. They were like, gather up your expensive things, your most valuable items, and you need to go leave the rest of your stock here. It'll be fine, it'll be safe, everything will be locked up overnight. So we did that. And the hope was that they were going to get someone in to survey the damage overnight, clear it all up so that we'd be able to get back in on Saturday. That's what the organizer said to us, which he was relayed from the council. Friday night was a bit of a bummer. I ended up just going around the rest of the Christmas market, got a hot dog, that was pretty nice. Had some mulled wine, very good. They said on Friday that hopefully we'd be able to open up on Saturday and have the full day on Saturday. And then Friday evening, I got another email saying, hey, so we're not going to be able to open on Saturday. Hopefully you'll get Sunday. And then Saturday, we got another email saying, yeah, no, Sunday's not going ahead. We're shut, we're done. That's it. So I got 2 hours and 45 minutes of selling hats to people in person. And it was the only market that I'd actually gotten into as well for December, and I was so excited to do it, and it was such a bummer. Not the organizer's fault at all. The organizer, Darren, I think it was Darren or Darren, I think. He was so lovely, so helpful. He was really patient with all of us, and also really patient with the council, which I would not have been. And he was just super nice, and he was able to get me my deposit back because it's not really fair. It kind of sucks because the whole idea with it is that the stall holders pay to be there. That is the money that goes towards the charity, and then all of the sales that we make we get to keep, right? So it's like a return on your investment kind of thing. But the only way that the charity makes money is from 1, their stall that they have, 2, donations, and 3, the stall holders paying to be there. So I felt like I was robbing a charity, even though I did deserve my money back and I did get my money back. So I'm hoping that the council kind of reimbursed them a bit for that, but I have no idea. I would love to do another stall with them in Aberdeen somewhere at some point. I would love to do another market. I would love to get a proper market experience. That would be pretty great. I made a good amount of money. I did really well, and I'm really proud of myself for how I did in December. And then I took a break because my actual job ramped up super high. By that I mean multiple people got COVID, so there was a lot of cover needing to be done. And I was around to do that cover. And it got very stressful at times. It was really tiring, and I just couldn't put energy into my business. I was also quite lonely because all of my friends either had COVID, were not in the country, or in a different part of the country. So, and I couldn't go home because I had work. So that was kind of a tough minute. So I just took a break from mostly from social media. Like I was still working on the shop. I'm still making products. So I was still working a lot, but I wasn't posting anything because they don't tell you that, but like social media is the majority of this job of like running your own business, is marketing it. It takes so much time. Whew. Which is why for me doing the YouTube videos was a lot easier, because I'm just straight up just telling you as it is, and that's it. And there's no pressure, because I know the only people that watch these videos are people that know me and are literally just checking in, because I'm terrible at staying in touch with people. So I'm making that a goal for this year. I'm going to be producing more content, like making more TikToks, making more Instagram reels, putting more effort into my content and growing my social medias so that I can start to like bring in more business. That's the idea. I'm gonna go get some juice. That's basically where I am now. Kind of caught up chronologically. So I want to talk a little bit about goals. So what I'm gonna do first off is, this is where all my social medias are at right now. I'm gonna put that there. This is where I want them to be by like next February, like prospectively. This is a very loose goal, aspirational, like it would be nice. This is where I want to be. So this is like every social media that I have. So if you want to follow them, I'll put them all in the description and everything. Do that. The next thing is my product goals, right? What I want to do is get to a point where I'm selling products year round, because the last 2 years has been very, very seasonal, in which I mean I've basically only been selling stuff at Christmas. So what I want to do is have a product base that I can sell year round, which is going to include stuff like what you see up here. This is a beret that I've been working on. So these are just like cut and sew knitted berets with almost original patterns. This is not an original pattern of mine. This is an inherited pattern from Alistair's grandmother, and it is beautiful. Look at that. And then you have like a little beret. And they say Twee's coming back, so this might be it. Berets are something that I'm playing around with like all these funky colours. They're nice and soft. They're lamb's wool, but it's been felted so that it won't fray when I sew it and cut it. I have a few different patterns and stuff that I'm working on with that one, which you see up here. All of this stuff is all of that. The other thing is like shopper bags. That I have a sample like over there, you can't quite see it. And then the next step is working on like more full-size garments that I can make and sell, like either to order or do like drops and things like that. So I currently have a vest pattern that I've been working on, and it's really cute. I really love it. It's using this lilac and cream gingham pattern, which is adorable. How cute is that? So I've made a vest from that and I gave it to my mum for Christmas, but I want to make more of them because they're really cute. So I have the vest pattern. The next thing that I want to do is to get like tank tops done, make some easy wearing little tops that I can sell as well, that will most likely be made out of cotton because it's more durable and it's also lighter weight. More unique pieces. I want to make larger scale like cardigans and skirts and dresses, like everything. I just want to start like fully making full-size garments again, because that's what I love to do. So by summer I want to have like a proper product range in place that is being sold year round and that I can take to markets and will be marketable year round, so that I can like sustain myself off of this. I'm also working on like a new project, like a proper project. So by that I mean like the projects that we used to do in uni, where I just like follow through from start to finish and design a collection, basically. That's what I'm up to right now. It's fun. It's based on like pagan reconstructionism. So there's that. And like aesthetics go along with that. I will show you a few little bits here. I'll take you through my Padlet, because I'm using Padlet still because it's easy and it means I don't have to print off a million things. And another thing I want to do with that is to make YouTube videos about it. Little how-to guides, little things to like bring people through a project and explain my creative process through a project like that. So I might be making those videos. Other kind of videos I want to make are video essays about fashion, about art, about theory, things like that. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about the art world and the fashion world and high fashion and all of this. I consider myself quite educated on it. I did really well in my dissertation as well, so I want to be able to like talk about that somewhere, and I feel like this is the best place for it. So I want to make a few video essays which will kind of express my opinions on those kind of larger subjects in fashion and like fashion theory and things like that, because I'm really interested and I don't really see many people do that at all on YouTube very much. So I want to do that. That's what I'm gonna do. That's it, I guess. There's not much else to say, there's not much else to update on. This video is already going to be way too long, and I'm going to have fun editing it. So yeah, follow all of the socials like I said earlier, and I'll see you next time. Bye!